Let me start off with this. Do not buy flood damaged cars. Right now we have a perfect storm out there that can lead to some super bad choices with flood damaged cars literally everywhere. Cars that were swamped in the recent hurricanes and storm waters, they've returned to market, but nowhere near where the hurricane zone was. And thousands of cars have flood and water damage, and they're destroyed every year. In the past, from Katrina, Rita, and all the others, there's over 500,000 vehicles that are damaged. Some were crushed, while others were parted out, and some never made it to the salvage yard. They ended up in used car lots, at auctions, and at sales for unsuspecting buyers. Now add that into the used car shortage. Now you have a huge demand, and the supply is low as we've discussed, for new and used cars, but don't get tricked into buying a flood damaged car that will leave you drowning in bills, no warranty at all, and a lot of dangers. I know people are desperate, but don't be foolish. If it looks too good to be true, it is. I'll explain. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix. If this is your first time here, we give you more than car reviews and first look of new vehicles. We give you car smarts because knowledge is power. Make sure to subscribe and click that little bell so you don't miss anything. There are unscrupulous salvage operators and dealers that often try to conceal the fact that vehicles that they're selling have been damaged by, we'll say, natural causes, flooding, hurricanes, you name it. And according to the National Insurance Crime Bureau, the NICB, they are trying to prevent this type of fraudulent resale of vehicles to unsuspecting consumers like you, and that's around the country. The NICB has been helping law enforcement groups and insurance companies identify these cars, catalog them, and therefore when you go to look for a car, the NICB has compiled a database of vehicles affected by hurricanes like Katrina, Rita, Wilma, Ida, and so many others, which offers a free search of any car's vehicle identification number, or a VIN. So used car buyers can learn more about the history of the vehicle they're considering buying, and you don't want to get caught by having one of those because it's hard to get your money back. Now, consumers can access this service from NICB's homepage, and that'll be in the link down below. There's also Carfax and vehiclehistory.com. They can offer additional information. You can get more car smarts in my book, Lauren Fix's Guide to Loving Your Car. There's a lot of great information on buying and selling and flood damaged cars, and a lot of other stuff you probably didn't know about. There's a link down below to order one. There are resellers who will repair and resell these vehicles that are flood damaged in all parts of the country without the buyer being aware of the car's waterlogged history. This is called title washing. You may have heard this word before. Now, title washing is a problem commonly seen in the used car market. This process hides the accurate information about the used car that's for sale. And a used car that has survived flood damage or a major accident will likely be scarred with these issues, and they mark the title accordingly. Now, there are laws in place to protect consumers from unknowingly purchasing used cars that have been severely damaged. Now, if a car has been in a serious collision or it's got a catastrophic flood situation, the title should be branded with flood damaged or totaled. There's a lot of different terms in different states. And vehicles that have been declared a total loss by an insurance company will be issued a salvage title, and the vehicle is supposed to be destroyed. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. There are unscrupulous sellers out there who have figured out how to manipulate a vehicle's title. They would remove the branding and leave the vehicle so that the buyer has no clue, and the risk is on you, even though it's illegal. Now, the recent flooding from Hurricane Ida, which damaged a yet unknown amount of cars, serves as a reminder that you need to be vigilant when buying a used car. Even if you don't live near that area, you're nowhere near that storm area. Be on the lookout for the following indicators that show this vehicle may have been in a flood, highly likely. Mildew, debris, and silt in places where you wouldn't see it, like in the trunk or under the hood or in weird spots in the car. That does not make sense. Rust on screws or other metal parts that are high up on the vehicle, water stains or faded upholstery, discolored seat belts or door panels that don't match, also dampness in the floor or in the carpeting that just seems not right, or in the instrument panel. A moldy odor that has been covered up by Lysol or some sort of deodorizer, that's a big clue right there. You can usually smell it in the air ducts as well. But moisture under the fuse box cover, that's an easy way to find out. This is why it pays to have a mechanic inspect the car before you make an offer, and never be afraid to walk away. Here's the bottom line. To avoid inadvertently purchasing a flood damaged car, it's important that you only buy a car from a used car dealer that you know, a reputable dealer, or have a certified mechanic look at this vehicle. Make sure it's not flood damaged. Check that vehicle identification number. It's worth the time. However, if a vehicle's owner didn't have comprehensive insurance coverage at the time of the flooding, or the repair bill didn't exceed a certain level, the vehicle might not be on a salvage list or get a branded title at all. Again, buyer beware. Vehicle history reports are not all-inclusive and are no guarantee that a vehicle is problem-free, but they are good for screening potential cars. Ultimately, a detailed inspection is the consumer's best protection. It's worth the money, so you don't drain your wallet. If you got value from this video, give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. If you have any additional questions about flood damaged cars, used cars, or what's going on in the industry, put that in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer. I've got a lot of new information coming up on my social media, all platforms at Lauren Fix. You can stay on top of what's going on in your automotive world. And there's more on my website, carcoachreports.com. It's in English and Spanish. We have a lot of great contributors putting out some really cool content. And don't forget to check out our podcast, Total Car Score, on all platforms. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.